Happy Thursday! I am back for another episode of Retail Media Thursdays with Anna-Laura Zain from Pentaleaps. Welcome to London.
Thank you.
Do you want to introduce yourself and a little bit about Pentaleaps?
Yes, sure. So I'm Anna-Laura Zain. I'm the CMO at Pentaleaps. And at Pentaleaps, we help retail media networks monetize their on-site better. So basically, we help clients like the Home Depot with an ad serving that is relevant to their shoppers.
And we had Andreas, your founder, speak at our Shoppable event a couple of years ago. So very familiar with you both.
Yeah, we really wanted to have Andreas here coming to. He's in Berlin.
Next time.
Next time for sure.
Yeah. What's been your peak of the week?
Okay, this is funny. So basically, I fell while ice skating at the Winter Wonderland ice rink.
Oh no!
I was like, that is not even glamorous. I was like, I wanted to go to Somerset House. I really like ice skating, so I used to live in London. I'm living in Portugal now, so I work remotely from there. And I was like, oh, I'd love to go ice skating for a little. Went with a friend. It was packed with people. Someone was near me, and then I fell, and I was like, oh my god!
Oh no!
My defense. I don't think the ice was very good, not very good quality, and then I think probably the blades were not very sharp. So
there's actually an ice rink at Battersea Power Station, which is just,
I've never been to that one.
Down the road. It's apparently very, very good.
Yeah.
Boots are sponsoring it. There
Oh,
you go, Ollie. Plug for you. And which pub are we in and why?
well, I mean, I don't remember the name of the pub. You guys suggested it because basically I'm like an East a barley mow. I'm an East London person, so I would have chosen, I guess, Pub in the Park in London Fields, but I'm actually staying very close by, so it's very convenient.
Yeah, this one was more convenient for me than London Fields.
Perfect.
I was like, there's no way I'm going all the way out there.
Yeah.
So you recently launched the Women in Retail Media Collective. Do you want to give us a bit of information about that? What inspired you? What are you aiming to achieve with it?
Yeah, well, I actually joined forces with Emma Helsut. She's my co-founder on this initiative. And we had, I guess, different personal reasons why we thought this was important. I guess for me, basically, I worked with a lot of women in ad tech organizations in the past, and I've seen how this actually helped a lot with elevating women, but also networking and having more opportunities in tech. There's definitely space in the retail media world that is growing a lot and very fast to have more women in leadership. We do see some examples sometimes. Unfortunately, some panel sessions, they're not very inclusive, I guess. So, or, it depends. There are certain events that I've seen that they are very focused on 50-50, like Shop Talk, for instance, but some others are a bit hard. And if they're a bit hard to get a women in panel, is it because there aren't many women in leadership roles, or why exactly, right? So I think the community is about making sure we elevate women in leadership roles, and also we have an opportunity to network and elevate each other. So yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I saw when Andreas posted about the launch and the photo that had kind of inspired you, where it was a dinner with just all men around the table.
Yeah, so it was in January we host with Pentaleaps our kind of annual NRF dinner. And right after the dinner, I'm always like, hey guys, how did it go? Because I wasn't there. And Andreas was like, oh my God, it was nice, but we are super surprised we didn't have a single woman in the table.
Yeah.
And there were 17 people, I think. So that was very disappointing, and that's when we were talking with Andreas, and we were like, hey, we need to do something about this. And then with time, I met Emma, and then we thought, okay, this cannot be associated to Pentaleaps for many reasons, but basically because we want this to be truly inclusive. So hence we're working with founding members and partners to make sure we all the members of the industry are involved.
We're excited to be one of those
Yes.
founding members. What are some of the big plans that you have for the collective going forward?
So the main thing that I'm trying to focus on is content. So there are different ways that we can be talking about retail media. For instance, let's be honest, one of the first times we discussed something together was because of the collective, right? So I think there's a great opportunity to learn from each other and make sure we give that voice to women that perhaps don't have that voice right now. I actually had a lot of great conversations with retail media networks tech companies and also retailers, like the advertisers, also agencies. And we already have like 380 members.
That's incredible.
Which is incredible from all levels. A lot of women in leadership, but a lot of like women that are starting their careers in retail media. So I think it's truly like resonating, and it's kind of like something that it's pretty much needed in the industry. So plans are around content and networking mostly. So for instance, to give you more like, I don't know, like tangible like things that we're planning. So some of the members can apply to be featured on content pieces. I mean, all of the members can be featured. They just need to basically pitch their ideas. We also give the opportunity for women to interview other women as well. So it's not that we're like, controlling the narrative or anything. So people can basically talk about whatever they want to talk about, ideally retail media related, but also ideally like being a woman in tech and how, what are the challenges that you might be facing. And also, we are organizing coffee talks. This will be virtual, so once a month, I think it's a cool space so that we can get together for like 30 minutes, for instance, and discuss a topic that might be interesting. And it's a good opportunity as well. Imagine like, for instance, I'm usually behind the scenes, as I said, and I think a lot of the people that aren't in sales, for instance, or customer success, it's like hard to talk to people. And I think it's a good opportunity, for instance, if you're a women leader and you want to share something about your experience or challenges you had or like lessons in like the retail media space, then, we can all get together on a Zoom call and discuss that. And you get the opportunity to actually ask questions, which is super cool because sometimes you don't get that exposure when you're working, at the office or at home, like behind the scenes, I guess. So yeah, that's another one. And the final one, it's events. So we're going to be at NRF, which is super exciting. I've never been there myself, so very excited to be there. And the idea is to see if we can host something. It's a little bit short term, and we just launched the collective recently. So I don't know if we're going to have an opportunity to actually network there, but I'll be there for sure at the Oasis. So we'll send more to the members via email as well.
That's great. It sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting times ahead.
I think I may be missing some stuff, but as you know, you're part of a working group. Some of the things we're thinking about is like having a job board as well. That might be helpful. A Slack community channel. It's a lot of work, and it's like a side thing. So it's mainly like making sure that we do the things in the right way, and we bring like quality as well. Yeah. So yeah, just like one step at a time.
Someone was telling me the other day about how they're in a digital ad tech group in Kent. It's like anyone who works in digital advertising on WhatsApp, but in like just people who live in Kent. I was like, we should do a WhatsApp group for Women in Retail Media Collective.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's interesting, but it's also like, how to make sure we can manage it, and because it's very grassroots. It's like, yeah,
for sure. You mentioned content kind of being at the core of the collective. You're obviously talking to a lot of women as part of those conversations. Are there any recurring themes or challenges or opportunities that are coming up when you're having those chats?
Yeah, I think from the brand side, well, you guys probably are very aware of this, but I think the fragmentation issue is definitely something that I continue to hear. I recently talked to, I don't know if you know Anna Afan from Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So it's been such a good interview, and we're going to feature her on the next content piece, but she was explaining how she's kind of like organizing her team and organizing like, putting together retail media playbooks. And I was like, well, that's very exciting, but also super challenging. I guess from the kind of like retail media network perspective, it's also, the introduction of programmatic and the lack of standards as well. So I think those are the three main themes that I'm seeing, and I think you're probably seeing as well. So yeah, hopefully there are things that we can do together as a collective to drive some of these things forward. We wanted to work together with the IAB in Europe to develop some sort of like landscape, because it's very confusing. And I was like, well, great, we have women from the entire ecosystem. It would be great to have the different perspectives to put together this map and this landscape together with the IAB Europe. So these are the kind of things that we can work on content as well.
We can also help solve the fragmentation.
Yes.
So discount to any members in the Women in Retail Media Collective. Don't let my CROs What's the goal? Like, what does success look like for you with the collective? Where do you hope to be in 12 months' time?
That's a very cool question. I don't know if I have the exact vision for 12-month time, but I think for sure we're trying to define some KPIs with Emma. So very interesting. I talked to Daniel. I feel like Daniel today, because he was on the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he was outside and drinking a pint. So yeah.
It was a lot colder that day as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we're inside. Yeah. We were talking with him. He's kind of organizing some cool events with Candid Commerce, and we were talking about potentially sponsoring the event with Pentaleaps, and he mentioned the speakers of a panel. I was like, Daniel, well, you have all men, right? And he's like, yeah, we need the last one. And I was like, okay, I'm glad that we're trying to change the mentality, right? But also, I'm very glad that he's collaborating with us in order to find women that, they are great speakers, they have great knowledge, and they should deserve a spot in the panel. So I think the KPIs around making sure we have enough speakers in panel sessions, making sure, for instance, that we have some sort of way to measure, okay, how many women have we helped with content. Yeah, and the way we do it as well is we share the content with partners. So for instance, we partner with Path to Purchase as well, so they can publish that content and they can help us spread the word as well. We're also doing this member of the week thing. So yeah, it's enabling, being that platform that shares that content, but also enabling women to get exposure outside of our own platform, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think honestly, I don't know in terms of exact numbers or a very clear North Star, but for sure it's growing the community and making sure we're delivering or bringing quality to the members as well.
Yeah, it's great. And it'll be, I imagine, a point where, because it is so successful, it kind of manages itself. These communities, I'm part of the Sixth Sense one, I think you are too.
Yes.
They don't need to get involved in terms of community management anymore. The members, the rev heads do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I have that kind of vision for it going forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Too.
Great. Me too. But I'm a bit scared. I was I don't want to create expectations. But yeah.
Let's go all in.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can people get engaged or get involved if they're interested watching this?
Yeah, so basically, if you'd like to be involved, you're a Women in Retail Media, you can contact us or fill the form on the website, register to be a member, and then once you're a member, you'll receive an email confirmation, which now everything is set up. And the different things that you can do, the different benefits of being a member are basically to start with the content part, so making sure we give you that platform for exposure, and also hosting events with us, so whether that's a coffee talk, which is the virtual event, or joining us on an on-site event as well. We're actually organizing an event very soon. I don't know if I can say with whom. It's a very big retailer in Germany, so we're very excited about that. So it's great because people come up with ideas and they are like, hey guys, do you think we could do this together? Yeah. So that's exactly what we want. It doesn't matter if you're a retail media network, an advertiser, an agency, or a tech company, everybody's welcome. So yeah, we're very excited. And we're seeing women from all levels bringing so many ideas and really wanting to join forces. So yeah, it's very cool to see.
So please, everybody, get involved. We'll get those numbers up from 318 to 418.
Yeah.
Okay, so we end every episode with a quickfire round. Mm-hmm. And I like to throw a few curveballs in there. My printer broke when I was preparing this, so we're just going to have to do it on my laptop screen, and we'll flash the pictures up on the screen when we do the edit.
So it's with pictures, huh?
Uh-huh. Ooh. So we've talked a lot about women today.
Oh my God, yes.
Power women. Mm-hmm. Who are they? Can you tell? I've disguised the pictures a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Can I just say the first name? Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
The Queen, yeah.
Oh, that's very blurry. Is it women in retail media or is it
No, it's just celebrities or power women from the world.
Michelle Obama?
Yes!
Ooh!
Well done.
Diana.
Yeah. This is harder.
Who is that girl?
Probably she was very old when she was famous. I'll give you a clue. This was her when she was young.
British?
No, I don't think so.
I have no clue.
Mother Teresa.
Oh my God. But that's very tricky. That's a tricky one. Madonna.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Good job.
Yeah, what's the ranking? I want to win this game.
You're the only one who's played it, so you've won. Congratulations. Well, enjoy the rest of your trip to London.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for coming down, and I'm really excited to get involved.
I'm
in the
excited to
collective.
work together on this for sure.
Cool. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for having me.